It's the 9th of February 2016. We are at the New York State Military Museum in Saratoga Springs, New York. My name is Wayne Clark. Roy McDonald is here with me. And sir, for the record, would you please state your full name and date and place of birth, please?
August 31st, 1940. I was born in Troy, New York.
And your full name?
James K. McDonald.
And did you attend school in Troy?
Lansingburg High.
And did you graduate?
Yes.
What year did you graduate?
Wait, 1960.
1960. And did you go on to college from there? Did you go into service or go to work?
No, I just went, from there I worked for Ford Motor Company, Green Island.
Okay.
I had 2 years in the service.
Okay.
And, I worked for Ford Motor Company for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the service for 2 years.
Okay.
Then I come back and work for Ford Motor Company again.
Okay, now when you went into the service, did you enlist or were you drafted?
Drafted.
And you were drafted into the Army?
The Army.
And when was that?
What year?
Yeah.
1963.
All right. Whereabouts did you go for your basic training?
Fort Dix.
And what time of year was that?
Fort Dix would be Fort Dix, 1960.
Was it in the summer or winter? Or?
1961, I had to say. 1961.
Okay. All right. Do you recall what time of year it was?
This is.
Probably fall. I've got time here. You went in
think
the military in September 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that your first time away from home?
Yes.
Okay. And what was basic training like for you?
It was typical basic training where they shoot the machine guns over your head and you climb
Oh, yeah.
back and forth, and then from after basic training we had learn how to throw grenades.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on the fire range there, you know, the firing range. We had an M14 rifle that time, I remember that, on the firing range. And we also had in Vietnam we had a carbine and stuff like that. And then we come out with that new weapon, AR-16.
Okay. Now, after your basic training, did you go to an advanced infantry training?
No.
Okay. Did you go on to any other school after basic?
Training, that was, we got orders to go to, we didn't go to Vietnam right away.
Okay.
I was stationed, we went to Alaska for 6 months.
Oh.
And from Alaska, we didn't go to Vietnam. We went to the Philippines to take up training before we went to Vietnam, and then we went to Vietnam.
Well, that was quite a difference between the weather.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Alaska, Philippines, Vietnam.
Well, we were up in Alaska when they had a big earthquake. It was 9.something on the Richter scale. So we had to get security through this, so that would happen. You know, surviving and stuff like that.
Okay. And when did you end up in Vietnam?
What?
When did you go to Vietnam?
64.
Okay. How did you get there? Did you go by ship or did they?
I flew right in. We flew right into Vietnam.
And do you recall where you landed?
Let's see, we landed in Vietnam. Right in Saigon.
Saigon,
We
okay.
landed in Saigon.
What was it like when you stepped off the plane?
Well, put it this way, a lot of guys had cameras.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we got off that plane, the MPs were there and took all the cameras away from everybody.
Really?
I always remember that.
Well, was it very hot and humid there?
Oh, yes, it was very hot. We never hit the monsoon season when I was over there. Hot, it was very hot. I say higher than 90 plus.
Okay. Now, what unit did they put you in over there?
I was in the 110th Transportation Corps Battalion, 4th Story, Virginia.
Okay. Now, whereabouts in Vietnam did you operate out of?
Quang Nam.
Quy Nhon, okay. And what was your job there?
I was a supply handler. That's my MOS, supply handler.
Okay. And did you go out on convoy?
What was that?
Did you go out on convoys?
Oh, we ran quite a few convoys.
Okay.
basically the convoys went on, we had supplies bringing to the front troops or wherever they were.
Mm-hmm.
And we have people in front of us and people behind us protecting us.
Mm-hmm. Now, what kind of vehicle did you operate?
Basically, the vehicle I used to be on all the time would be a military jeep,
Okay.
going back and forth places.
All right. Now, did you become under fire at all?
No, my company, when I was there, that company never, we had more fires way off, far from us here, but our company never got hit. And I was the first one in our company to be over that area. When I left, I was the second guy to leave my company. So basically, when I left, our company anything could have happened to them after I left,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Now, did you have much contact with the civilian population?
But yes, we had contact, but basically, the people, the orphans were basically, they couldn't get out because our place was all barbed wire all the ways around from 10 miles this way, 10 miles, and the China Sea's out that way.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the only thing around with the kids be up there, they want food.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I always noticed about that, what we didn't eat, the nun take our food, we didn't eat, and gave it to the orphans there.
Uh-huh.
And there were thousands of orphans over the country. Very poor country.
Now, did you fill a lot of sandbags while you were over there? Pull a lot
I
of
lost
guard
count.
duty? What about guard duty? Much of that?
Every 4 or 6 hours, basically, you'd be on and off like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, did your base ever come under attack with rockets or
Not
mortars?
when I was there. I never came under attack.
Okay. All right, well, you go.
Did you have a chance to get a R&R over there?
Oh, what?
Go on your R&R, where did you go?
Oh, yeah. I should have went to Australia, but I went to Bangkok.
Oh, a
I
lot of
don't
people.
know, I'm young. I don't know. Everybody went. All the guys want to go to Bangkok.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you have time still in the military when you came back from Vietnam?
I gotta go. I got my hearing aids. That's it.
When you came back
Yeah.
from Vietnam, did you still have time left in the military?
Oh yes. I had a. I wanted me to go to the guards in Pittsfield where I lived. I let them know. I said I don't have transportation because I didn't want to go there. So they sent me a letter. I had to go to. You know where the Mountain Division is, Camp John.
Yeah.
I had to go there for 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, 2 weeks that year and 2 weeks the following year. That's how I did my. When I was up there, I was a drill instructor. A bunch of guys the same as me. I taught guys how to fight a machine gun. I don't know why, but that's what they put me for. You know.
Huh.
Now, you had some brothers too, I think, were in the military, so your family had a lot of folks in the
Well,
military.
my father was in the Army. I was in the Army. He was in the Army. My brother Pop was in the Army. My brother Pop was in Germany. He was a tank commander. And that's when the Cold War was going on.
I was in Germany for 2.5 years. And
And my brother Pop was in the Navy. I mean, Walt was in the Navy.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to meet any folks from the Troy area where you were from? What was that?
One person I met, this is kind of weird because the 7th Fleet was out there, so the lieutenant asked me and another guy to go out with him. So I go out there, you know, these things, battleships are ridiculous. You know who was out there? Jimmy Holman was on that ship.
I remember the Holmans.
Yeah, so then we ready to leave, and Jimmy says to me, why don't you come back? I said, what do you mean? We eat here, what are you going to have to eat? Pork chops? Oh yeah, we'll stay. The lieutenant said, okay, we'll stay and eat. Why? Oh, I said, they eat like a son of a in the Navy. I don't know how they sleep here, and here down.
Now, can you tell us, that's interesting, some of the folks that we've interviewed had some really funny stories. That you mean any funny guys over there, interesting people?
Oh, so let me, oh God, yeah.
Well, you
Well,
had a couple of
just
good friends you mentioned.
Oh yeah, here's a funny story, basically. I thought it was funny. We're in Quinton 6 months. Not long. So here I'm walking around with my shorts on for that day. And here's two guys says, look at this. They had the Marines hit a beachhead. Not a beach, we're Quinton. They hit it for 5 days later. Marines hit beachhead in Quinton. We're there 4 months and they hit a beachhead. I thought it was funny. It was in the Stars and Stripes.
You're already there.
Yeah, we were there 4 months.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but they started going up the hill. And then I heard a lot of fire. I don't know what they're firing up in the hills there, but they were firing at something. That was funny, I
Now,
thought.
you had mentioned earlier you were with Australian troops. How long were you with them?
They stayed, they're about 5 to 10 miles down the road from us when I was stationed there. And I liked their beer and they liked our beer. So they used to, one guy said, let's get we had parrots there. We're going to get the parrots, Mac, and we go over there. No, we'd go over there and talk to them. So they gave us a lot of their beer and they like American beer. I thought it was kind of funny right there. Them guys, what they were was shorts and they had funny hats, not funny hats, like what you call sideways.
Now, what did you think of the food over there?
Basically, it was K-rashes.
K or C rations?
I like the brownies the better.
You lost 15 pounds, right?
Yeah, and then it wasn't bad, you know, GI jobs. I like the brownies in the cans.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, actually, you know, the interesting thing about Vietnam was it was in different parts. There were different type of uniforms.
Yeah.
The era I was in, you had the standard jungle fatigues.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't have K rations, we had C rations.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a little bit different, a modernization, if you will, from the K
Oh, yeah,
rations.
sure.
And they had certain, I always liked the chicken and the turkey were my favorites, and everybody
Yeah.
had their favorites. Okay, but after a while, you can only eat that stuff so long.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and it's interesting now, you went over, you had the regular old uniforms right from the United States.
That's right.
There were the brown boots still,
That's right.
you had the brown boots, and a lot of those uniforms were certainly, you know, all that, the boots, the uniforms, were not necessarily made for a jungle environment that was so hot and humid.
The funny thing about when I was in Alaska, I had Mickey Mouse boots. That like that, they had a thing at the bottom there. Get too high, open it up. I always remember that. You were walking with Mickey Mouse boots, it was like you're walking on the moon.
Now, they put air in those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in Vietnam, did you see any USO shows at all, or Bob Hope, or?
The only ones I remember seeing a long time ago was Martha Ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen her. I wish I seen Bob Hope because he was over there a lot of times. I missed him. You know what I mean? Martha Ray, I remember, she was funny as hell. But,
Did you get into the city of Saigon at all? It's been-
I've been in Saigon twice. I mean,
Get to, you know, see the folks and,
oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, Jimmy, even with a letter home, always talked very compassionately about the children over there in the difficult situation that they had.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in that letter home to mom and so on, and spent some time in the schools and.
Oh yeah, I got pictures with that
You saw his album with it in the.
But it's a very poor, you know, very poor country. It's, you know, I mean, God, that was it. But one thing I noticed about, I don't know about you, Roy, but the guys over there, I know the South Vietnam Marines was the toughest son of a guns I ever seen. They were, you remember them, don't you?
once again, I think the great thing about these interviews is you get a different perspective in the years. And, you know, people like yourself were over there at the very
First group.
beginning.
Oh yeah.
And then it didn't end until 1973, 74, American troops. That's a 10-plus year war, and there was different attitudes back home, and that is an interesting question. What was it like back home? Were the protesters that prevailing when you came home? What was it like when you
When I
came
got
back
back
to
home?
Troy? Yeah.
I remember going back home, I stopped in
Oakland, you said, right?
I stopped in Jersey. My sister, Tom and Joan, lived in Jersey. And Ellen Frank was there too, I remember that. Now here's the funny part. So I had my, I don't buy a car or whatever, I had myself a car. I said, I'm gonna go to New York City. So I said, I'm gonna hit the big city. So I went to New York City. And so to this day, I parked there, come back home, I had my car there. I must have fell asleep in the city. And to this day, I don't know how to get back, but I got back where Tom's house was. I must have had a good time in New York City, because Ellen come out and said, Jim, knocked on my window. Oh, then I looked around, where am I? Oh, I found my way back. I must have had a good time. That's when they had the dance tours and everything in the city.
Uh-huh.
When you got back to Troy, when you're home and your community
Right.
out of the service, what was it like? People respected you, or they ignored you?
Basically, but nobody said anything. A couple guys said congratulations for your service, you know, and stuff like that. But here's the funny, not the funny part. When I got back, I hit the local bar, Kiddos. Remember Kiddos?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Pat was in there having a beer. He got out at the same time I did. I walked to Kiddos. Here's my brother Pat. We haven't seen him in years. So where we going to go? Pat said, want to go home now? We didn't go home yet. No, let's go to Lake George. We went to Lake George. We stayed there for a week, then we went back home. I remember that.
Yeah, they built
I mean, what 2 hours young guy's going to do?
Now, did you make use of the GI Bill at all?
Oh, I used my GI Bill by my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you stay in contact with anyone you were in the service with?
Maybe for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
John Wood, he lived in Pennsylvania, but we used to ride back and forth. And Kato, another guy, I had a lot of friends, but these two of my best friends in Vietnam. You know, I mean, we did a lot. We'd go to Saigon and have not a good time, but fool around like that. But that's it. But I know a lot of guys. You know what I mean? That was it.
Did you attend any reunions at all?
No.
No.
You're active though in the
The what?
VFW. You're active in the VFW and American Legion.
okay.
No, the Disabled American Veterans,
The
the American Legion, and the VFW.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's anything else.
Okay. Were you injured at all over there? Did you come down with malaria or anything like that in Vietnam?
Were you injured, like malaria?
Oh
or,
no, I got Agent Orange when I was over there.
Oh, okay.
Because our company, a transportation company, when they shipped it over there, our company shipped all this Agent Orange over there.
Mm-hmm.
Why they call it Agent Orange? All the liquid's orange.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to put we had Convoy to put the damn things on Convoy, and we went to Saigon with the Convoy, put it on these planes where they sprayed leaves, they killed all the leaves,
Sure.
floaters or like that, so we could see better when they bombed or whatever they did.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's another thing. 3 days later, our company, transportation company went right through there. That's how I get Agent Orange, myself.
It's compensation from the VA.
You went to the Veterans Administration and
Yeah.
they're helping you out? That's great.
Mhm.
You mentioned that you did funeral services for General Douglas MacArthur. That's pretty much
I got
unique
him
experience.
on my head.
MacArthher, when you
Oh,
were
I was,
MacArthur's honor guard.
I was an honor guard, General MacArthur. He picked 3 guys from our company. And then we went down there. You could see his body going through the damn town, everybody's looking. So we're there in this, it's a big building like this where he's going with his wife, getting
Now,
married.
where did they hold that? Where was
Norfolk, Virginia.
it? Okay.
It happened in Norfolk, Virginia. So I'm standing here, let's see his paper, this is the paper second. So we're here, Army guys here, Navy guys here, Marine guys here. We're there before they bring this casket in when they came. So you come in here, we had to go in the other rooms, so his casket's in there, in Norfolk, Virginia. It's a big used machine, bigger than this, well, basically the side where he's buried in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's there, and then he calls about half hour later, come on in. So we're standing there, and he's buried here, his wife buried here in Norfolk, the big machine they got down in Norfolk.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to come in, and I had to stay here for 3 to 4 hours. The other Army guy had to come in and say the same damn thing. The Navy guy, same as them, the same as them. And then all of a sudden, everybody's, I shouldn't laugh, but geez, everybody come in and pay respect from the governors of the state all around the country.
Mm-hmm.
They pay respect. But here's another funny part. The guy from Japan came in with the big hats. And here's a guy next to me. I'm trying to keep a straight face. I'm ready to laugh my head off. Here's the Japanese convoy, envoy, whoever was there, come in. They come in and, bow their head to MacArthur like that. I said, geez, if MacArthur could just wake up now, see these guys coming in, Japanese paying respect to him. I mean, it's nice of them, I
Sure.
mean, I always
That's
remember that.
interesting. That's interesting.
That is something.
Officers, the commanding officers you had, how was the relationship
Officers,
with you and your...
we had a captain, he was a West Point. very nice gentleman. What the hell was his name? He treated us not like, I think his job basically is that he probably first sergeant did most of the work. The officers did it, the officers probably say, what do you want me to do to the first sergeant? I'll tell you what to do. You do, first sergeant did everything, you know that, the darn thing.
Now, how about race relations? Were they good in your unit?
But what?
Black guys, white guys,
Uh,
the race relations.
Well, here's the thing about that. But on the state side, guys in the Army, say they were from Puerto Rico or Canada, even though in our outfit, they couldn't go overseas with it. They had to be American citizen to go overseas in Vietnam. Even though on the state side, they were in the Army, but they couldn't go overseas. I don't know if that happened to you, Roy.
No, they changed that.
Yeah.
Anybody who was in the military was going to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was there.
That's why I remember that.
Okay.
Some of your favorite people that you met there, give us two. You mentioned them, where they were from.
Oh yeah, Thompson was from the Poconos of what's that?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. And Kato, John Kato, he was from Maine. Two of my best friends over there.
That's
I got pictures of one with a Jeep there, Kato with that Jeep there, and he's one. I met a lot of other friends, but these are like, we kind of hang around together like in high school. I had three best friends, John Mahal and Jimmy Holman.
Now, did you bring any photographs with you?
Yes.
Oh, he's got a great album.
We
Oh,
got it
okay.
downstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
It's great, it's got some great photos in it.
Is there anything you would like to add?
About
Your family and support. Some
What?
people got their newspaper from their hometown sent to them, or their mother used to send them a care package and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
the thing of basically, I remember the orphans over there, really, a lot of orphans. Because you go to the States and see that over there, it's kind of, sad.
Yeah.
Our dad was in the Battle of the Bulge in the Second World War, and we were all automatically, everybody was going into service, every male in our family.
Sure.
It was an automatic, it was just you could pick and choose what
When I went
you
to
wanted to, but my father's attitude towards Vietnam, I kind of watched it. I was home, sort of changed.
I did go to
as
Paris
it-
one
as
time.
went
I went
on.
to Normandy. You know how the
he was
picture of them
Yeah.
coming in? You look out there, nothing's going on, and they had the museum there too in Normandy there. That was different. That was
Yep.
cool. That's really.
Okay.
Well, I think we appreciate your time and appreciate your service. And this will go down with all the New Yorkers that we can get our hands on who are Vietnam veterans. This will be part of the history, and
We're
hopefully.
not done, are we? Oh, come on, let's talk. Go get the beer. I go get the beer. All right, Chief.
All right. Well, thank you for your interview.
Thank you.